Hi, my name is Stephanie Sahana from Sacred Self Healing, and the painting I'm going to be doing today is about breaking my record. Today, I was able to do 3 breathwork sessions for 3 different clients, and I was able to hold space for all that. I was able to provide good quality sessions for each person, and I did it without exhausting myself, and that feels like a pretty important thing to have accomplished. So that's what I'll be painting about today. I know that sometimes I have a tendency to push myself too hard, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to see if I could do 3 sessions in one day. And it might seem like it's not that much energy that's required to do a breathwork session, but I actually feel into what each person's going to need and figure out a playlist for each person and figure out the cueing that I need to do for each person so that it's very individualized. Um, and it does take a lot of mental and emotional energy, I think I would say, or spiritual energy or something like that. I'm not exactly able to describe it yet. I haven't figured out all the nuances of that yet, but it's not an insignificant amount of energy that I expend doing it. And so I felt pretty pleased to find out that I could, in fact, do 3 sessions in one day and that it wasn't too much. It was a lot. It might not be my first choice for every day, but I'm proud of myself for having done it. So this is me standing on a platform like at an award ceremony and receiving this trophy for having broken my previous record, which was, I think, 2 breathwork sessions in a day, and now I can do 3. And I am sure that as I become more skilled and have more um, ease with the music, selecting the right songs, getting the right cues, trusting my instincts more, I'm sure that I will probably be able to do even more in a day. That would be really great. Okay, so let's see. I usually start with my face and hands and then do the heart because that makes it easiest to do the wet on wet technique where I use the leftover paint from the heart to do the cheeks, and that has to be done while it's wet. And then the heart can dry for a while I do other things before I paint my outfit, my signature purple and blue outfit. So now I'm going to let all that dry, and I'm going to paint the thing that I'm standing on. And I guess what I'll do is I'll make it look like it's made out of stone. Sure, why not, right? Too fine a brush for this part. Save this brush for later. That's way quicker and more efficient. You can probably tell that I'm learning something as I'm doing this. I'm learning which is the right brush for this job. And clearly that was the right brush for that job. I'm happy to know that. Here I'm doing another bit of wet on wet technique, just to give it a little depth. Make it look like a little bit of shadow. Okay, now I'm going to do the gold color for the trophy. How interesting it would be to get trophies for things that we do during the day. You can do that in a doodle world. I don't know that there's, like in the real world, there wouldn't be space to store a bunch of trophies if you got trophies for all the things you do every day. But it's fun to do that in the doodle world. In the doodle world, you can do some really fun things, like you can make a car that's blue and purple ombre, which I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in the real world. I really love my little doodle world. Okay, now I think I'm going to do the hair. When that the face is dry, I can see that the heart is not yet dry. And the worst thing that will happen if the face is not dry is we'll get some blooms, which are always interesting. And while I did make a great accomplishment today, I do like to live by the idea that good enough is good enough, and it doesn't have to be trophy worthy. It can be average, and that can be fine. So if there's blooms where I didn't want them, that would be fine too, because the point is that the story, oh, see, like that little, like I overran the outline, that little thing, I can try to lift it up while it's still wet. In this case, it lifts up and that's great. But if it didn't, I would choose not to worry about it, because everything doesn't have to be perfect. And in the doodle world, all that's required is to tell the story as best I can. Few of the people that I breathed with today actually are doodle artists as well. And they have their own doodle world. Oh, another really great thing that happened today was I received services through an organization called Cancer Lifeline, and they provide support services for people with cancer and for their caregivers and friends and family. And I've been super happy with the services that I've received and wanted to help them with fundraising. And so I've been the client speaker for a couple of different things, and they've made fundraising videos out of some of my work. And today I found out another one was released, which was really amazing. And it was me reading portions of the Cancer Chronicles, a cartoon memoir, volume 1. And they did some really stunning graphics with it. They made it into like a whole little movie. And they used music that increased the tension, and it was so exciting. It was so exciting to watch it. So if you're looking at these videos on my YouTube channel, at Sacred Self Healing YouTube channel, I posted it there and you can look at that. And it's really great because you get to see a lot of the plates that are in the books. So you can really get a fun idea of what the books are like. And you can hear me reading certain pages from the books, at least from the first book, and all the other books are quite related. Anyway, so there is me making a great accomplishment and winning a trophy for doing the most breathwork sessions in one day that I've ever done. So this one is called A New Record. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.